Hi, today I'm reviewing the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Face Primer. And really quick, I just want to say I purchase all these products with my own money. So if you want to help support the channel, check out my products at nobsbeauty.com and check out the Amazon link below. And my shirts are here, so check those out. Thank you guys. So, Ole Henriksen recently introduced the Banana Bright Face Primer, which goes alongside some of their more famous products, such as their Banana Bright Eye Cream, and it's apparently a fan favorite. I've tried it. I thought it was okay. I wasn't like over the moon about it, but when they came out with this primer, I checked their reviews, and I'm like, it's got 5 stars. I got to try it. So now that I've had a chance to try it, I'm going to let you guys know my thoughts, which are going to be probably a little bit different than most of the reviews you find online, because influencers sent out thousands of tubes of it. So obviously some people are going to be more honest than others, but I don't know, when a product comes out and like 3 days later it's got like 700 5-star reviews, can be a little misleading. So anyway, so my first criteria is packaging. And I do like the packaging. I almost wish all products came packaged like this because it's easy to travel with, it's easy to store, it's easy to dispense. I really love the squeeze tube with a pump, or even just a squeeze tube. It's simple and easy. So they did a nice job with that. My second criteria is alcohol, and this does not contain any denatured or drying alcohols. It does contain Citral alcohol, which is actually a good fatty alcohol. So that they've done a nice job with that. My third criteria is fragrance, and this is probably my main issue with this primer. Well, not really, actually. It's one of my main issues. I've got 2. But it contains a lot of fragrance, and it's very noticeable. So the ingredients that they have for that include fragrance, or parfum, which is about a third of the way down on the ingredient list. And then they also list orange fruit extract, lemon fruit extract, and then again, they have aroma or flavor. And when they list that, or parfum and fragrance, those could be anything up to like several hundred different ingredients or combinations. So they have that listed. Then they have Citral, which to me, that's like my Citral and Geranol, Geranol are like my 2 ingredients fragrance ingredients that I just, when I see them in a product, I just want to run, because Citral is a huge concern, and so many people have had irritation from it, dermatitis, skin sensitization from it. So it's really one of those ingredients you really want to watch out for, especially when they include it in a primer, which if you're using a primer, you're going to apply this and then either a foundation or hopefully a sunscreen. And then you'll be outside doing all of your daily errands and things. And you really want to protect your skin during that time, because it's exposed to UV rays, pollution, anything like that. So including ingredients in products that can damage your skin or make it more prone to sensitivity and damage are best avoided. So if Citral is in an evening product when you're sleeping, I'm not as concerned. I'd still recommend avoiding it. But your skin is more protected at night. It's not in the sun or around pollution. So Citral's in there. Limonene, linalool. So it's got 7 different fragrance ingredients, which are a bummer, especially to see in a primer. So anyway, so if fragrance is an issue for you, this is definitely one to pass on. If not, I still recommend doing a patch test either way. So let's see. My 4th criteria is the manufacturing location, and this is made in the U.S., so no issues with that. My 5th criteria is ease of use, and, it comes off a little thicker than I would think it would apply. A little bit of this doesn't necessarily go a very long way, and it does pill at certain times when applied over a moisturizer, which if you have oily skin is probably not going to be an issue, but if you have dry skin and need to use a moisturizer over it, could be an issue. When I applied certain sunscreens over it, it caused a little bit of pilling. That happened more so with the physical sunscreens. And then certain foundations just had a tendency to pill over this. So I just found it wasn't hydrating enough for me not to need to use a moisturizer initially. So I did have some pilling. Certain products, so I kind of figured out didn't cause as much pilling. You just have to play with it a little bit, but definitely made my skin feel a little bit greasier than it normally does towards the end of the day. But, you know, if you have a very short morning routine, again, it's not going to be as big of an issue. But I did have some pilling when applied with certain moisturizers and sunscreen. So if you use a chemical sunscreen, I think you're not going to have as much issues with that. Or if you use a foundation that contains a sunscreen, again, not going to have a big of an issue. So my sixth criteria is antioxidants, and they've done a good job including several. Let's see, they've got squalane in there, marula oil, vitamin C, vitamin E, licorice root extract, Lycium barbarum, which is the goji berry, sea buckthorn. So they did a good job including a lot of good beneficial ingredients. I just wish they would have left out some of those fragrance ingredients and perhaps switch them and include a little bit more antioxidants. But they did include a good variety of beneficial ingredients. So they did a good job with that. My seventh criteria is animal testing, and the Ole Henriksen brand is cruelty-free, which is always a very good thing. My eighth criteria is performance, and that's where I also had a little bit more issues. When I use this with even like the most matte foundations I have, towards the end of the day, my skin ended up looking a little bit more greasy than normal, a little bit more oily than normal. It doesn't do much, in my opinion, to extend makeup wear. And I found that it doesn't leave the most easy to work with canvas either. The way a lot of primers leave a nice canvas that make it super easy to apply foundation over. This one didn't really do that either. So, yeah, so it just, even with super matte foundations, it just ended up looking greasy at the end of the day. So for me, it didn't do much to extend makeup wear as well. So, and also this caused a few breakouts, which it does contain a few acneogenic ingredients, I'll say that. Squalane, dimethicone, Citral alcohol, and tocopherol are all potential culprits of that. So, yeah, so that was a little bit of a bummer, but I just didn't think it performed as much as a primer. Perhaps they should rename this as like an illuminating moisturizer or something like that. So if you have very oily skin, you might have more issues with the greasiness towards the end of the day, even than I did, because I've got super dry skin, and normally towards the end of the day, my skin is not oily. It's almost sometimes more dry, and this one just didn't perform like that. So my ninth criteria is the price. And this is 1 ounce, and it sells for $36, which in my opinion is a little bit pricey, especially for a primer that doesn't necessarily work as a 2-in-1. It doesn't have SPF in primer, so you're still going to have to use a sunscreen either over it or underneath it, preferably over it. It does have some vitamin C in there, which is good, but overall, it doesn't really make it for me for $36. And the fact that a little bit of it does not go a long way doesn't help either. So I just thought it was a little bit pricey for what you're getting. So, and then my 10th criteria is the it factor. And I think most of you probably know where I'm going with this. It's a problematic primer. The amount of fragrance used in it is a little bit too much. Especially you're going to make sure you have to put SPF over it to help protect your skin, and the fact that it doesn't play well with a lot of other products can be an issue, and the fact that it doesn't really extend wear time for makeup or provide a nice canvas, and it did have a tendency sometimes to settle into fine lines occasionally, not all the time. It just depended on what foundation I used with it. So overall, I really found that as many aspects of this that I liked, there are that many more that I disliked. So overall, I gave this primer a 5 out of 10. I know you'll probably look on Sephora's website and see all these glowing reviews. And I don't know, I just recommend you take them with a grain of salt, especially when it seems to be happening more and more that they're sending out free products in exchange for reviews and giving products away. And there's a few of us like me that still have to pay for them. And I don't know, I just want to see a review from somebody else that had to pay for them, because I think it does change your opinion of a product when you have to shell out $36 for it. I think you expect more from it than someone that got it for free. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just old school on that. But anyway, so I'm interested if you guys have a chance to try this. And if you agree or disagree with my review, definitely leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys. And check out nobsbeauty.com. the Amazon link below, and check out my shirts. I've got a new shirt coming soon. So stay tuned, and thank you guys so much.